Welcome back to Spencer FYI. We're here at the Tiger Sports Academy, and let's start out with, where is this Tiger Sports Academy?
Yeah, so Tiger Sports Academy is commonly referred to as the old middle school gym here in Spencer, Iowa.
So how did this come about?
Well, I think for any businessman or organization or board that has an interest to organize, it really comes down to a vision. I would say collectively our board has that common vision of how do we utilize a space that unfortunately was devastated by the flood and repurpose that into a space that can benefit our youth here in Spencer. And so really those visionary board members have a common interest, and they all love softball and baseball here in Northwest Iowa. And so we feel very passionate about our ability to now have a permanent year-round facility in the heart of Spencer at the old middle school gym.
Well, I know that this was a labor of love because, like you said, it was devastated by the flood, so you had a lot of infrastructure you needed to put in.
Yep, absolutely. So with the devastation of the flood, unfortunately, like many residential properties, like many commercial properties, they were hard hit financially. And so that was also the tale of the remaining assets that the school owns here at the old middle school complex. So the boiler system, the electrical system, the fire alarm system, all are housed in the basement of the old middle school gym and other areas. And so really this area was vacant for well over a year. And so there was an initiative or an opportunity to say, hey, how can we really repurpose this and benefit our youth here in Spencer?
All right, awesome. Well, now that it's open, and you've had a couple open houses, it looks
Yeah.
to me like you've had a good crowd and everybody's enjoying themselves.
Yeah, no, it's going great. So all the people in purple are the board members, but I would proudly say we've got a great strategic board of 7. So myself, Jason Warren, Matt Stevenson, Eric Schultz, Nate Gwynn, Tara Davis, Tara Houchins, and Liz Bonenkamp, which is Liz Hartzell. So 7 of us currently are the board members spearheading this initiative, and we are a fully functional 501c3, which is strategically designed because of the interest to appropriate grants, donor advised funds, private donations, other types of in-kind gifts. Really, it takes all those mechanisms to build a space as quickly as we did, Karen, because to be quite honest, this facility had no lights, had no heat, and had no infrastructure in terms of plumbing up until November 3rd when we started to do this project. And so now, in a short 10 weeks, we have created a state-of-the-art space here in Spencer, Iowa.
So you mentioned donations, so I'm guessing you're still accepting donations?
Yes, like many 501c3 nonprofits, that is really a reoccurring event for those entities. And I've been on a few and still am remaining in board positions. And so if you have a faithful heart, if you had a great experience going through the school here, and you have an interest in softball or baseball and have a love to give, reach out to us. Any of our board members that I mentioned or myself. We're on Facebook at Tiger Sports Academy. You can reach most of us at our businesses that we have during our daytime jobs, and or you can reach out to me, Mike Kennecke, currently the executive director here for Tiger Sports Academy.
All right, well, let's talk about the academy part of this, because obviously you can't have an academy if you don't have students.
Yes, absolutely. So things that we know in our community, and we'll use the reference of the Spencer Youth Baseball Softball Association, consistently that organization has between 600 and 650 kids that go out for that program every single year. And that gives you a really good pulse of the audience that could be part of what we see here today at Tiger Sports Academy, which excludes the 55 to 60 athletes that make up the 9th through 12th grade divisions at our high school, and also excludes the surrounding communities that have athletes that are eager to have a facility like this. And so we really feel that with our interest here, modestly, the appropriation of 90 to 150 membership athletes really is not unachievable. And so we're excited to be able to offer that for those that want to consider Tiger Sports Academy their home and to become a member.
So how do they become a member?
Yeah, so part of that is what you see today. We've got people behind us, and yesterday we had the same story that came to our open house, and they learn about how to become a member. We've got kind of a take-home sheet that they can essentially log into a self-service login. Those that are listening that aren't part of the tour or the open house today, they could get a hold of one of our board members, and ask to get some of the information. So maybe they could pass that along. And I think the other thing to make note of too is that we're finding businesses, we're finding service groups that are eager to sponsor athletes for these two sports, which is very exciting, so that we can create a model that doesn't object an athlete that might have a financial burden. So there's a lot of ways to get involved, and so I think all roads lead to probably getting in touch with one of our board members. So.
That sounds good. Well, I know I kind of did a little bit of a tour here a little bit, but you have some batting cages, you have pitching, so
Yep.
is that kind of where you're going to focus?
Yeah, so the skills and development portion for softball and baseball really comes down to space constraints. So this facility is 4,500 square feet, which actually gives you a lot of access to do things for those sports in terms of the defensive side or the offensive side of the game. For softball, it's pitching, it's catching, it's fielding, it's outfield technique, same principles for baseball as well. You can do that in small groups. You could organize in groups of up to 20 or so, depending on how you configured the stations. And the two batting cages are 50 foot in length, 70 foot in length. We'll have essentially three variation of pitching machines available to the youth. Some will be automatically fed, so they won't need a dependent to do that, or another teammate. And some will be manually fed, where they'll need somebody to help them do that. But really, the goal is to offer the space and to offer the resources so that the youth can be developed, so when they get to high school, we can have more skilled and excelling athletes to support our programs here in our communities.
So it's kind of open to an individual, or also maybe for a team if you've got somebody who wants to come in and do something like that.
Absolutely. Yep, and we'll also get to a point where we're going to pay it forward. So we'll offer small clinics that'll be led and guided by some of our head coaches in our areas, utilizing their upperclassmen, utilizing some of their assistant coaches, and potentially, if they're willing, I guess some old dogs like me that could get in there and maybe help out too. And so, and quite honestly, for that listening audience out there, there's a multitude of people that have the ability to give and help mentor, that have the talent, that have coached the sport or played the sport. And if you're listening today, I would just say, consider getting a hold of me, getting a hold of our board, and saying, hey, now that we have a space, I would love to share my talent. I would love to share what I can do to give back to the kids. And I tell you, that story's already unfolding. So it's going to be a really neat experience here for Tiger Sports Academy.
All right, awesome. Well, it's an amazing facility, and congratulations on getting it up off the ground.
Yeah, no, I tell you, big kudos to our community. A big win for the school, a big win for the youth in Northwest Iowa. A home run for just rebuilding a space that is a viable asset right here in Spencer, right off of Grand on 4th Street, East 4th Street. So come check us out. We'd love to give you a tour, and we're so happy that folks are becoming aware of the facility. So.
All right, well, awesome. Well, thanks for taking some time here today, and good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you.